what does it mean to get going with a Go project, and how do you get started, and how do you use the new cool things from Git from GitHub, the new GitHub command line interface. So I'm going to go through that, but I have to have music, so I'm going to put the music on, and I'm going to do this in under 25 minutes. So this will get by the end of this, you'll be all set up with a Go project. First things first, you need to get yourself a repo. I put all of my repos under repos.github.com. And then I do RWX Rob here. And then we're going to go through, we're not doing Kubernetes stuff right now. Nope. So, and then what? So then we're going to make a repo. So we're going to do GitHub create, do gh create, repo create, sorry. And I'm going to call it Twitch Go. This is going to make a new thing for me. And there we go. So now I can cd into Twitch Go and do a few things. It's on master, you'll notice. So immediately I'm going to make a new branch. We'll call it initial. And so that, by the way, that command branch is it just executes branch instead of doing that. So it's just a git branch. So just in case you're wondering. And after that, we're gonna touch a file, MD, and we'll give it a name. We'll call it Go Twitch API in Go using, what do we want to call it? Twitch package module, API package module. This is Markdown. And you go, if you want to learn about Markdown, here you go. So go to rwx.gg lang md, and I suggest learning basic first. And it's a Twitch API module. Then we're going to do this. I have a thing here. So I'm going to do Go badges, and then I'm going to give it the URL of the repo, rwx rob twitch-go. So this is a command for the command line. So watch carefully. I'm about to execute this as a command. So bang, bang. It says the current line down here to whatever I say, bash, and it replaces it with the output of that command. That is something I call VI magic. RxGG VI magic. You can go read about that. Make sure you understand that. If you don't know that, you don't know VI. And it's the reason you need to learn VI and not a bunch of freaking plugins. So we'll just say here, the stuff from the Twitch API, API that I want to use. All right, so then we're going to close that. And next we need, because it's a package module, and even if it were a command, you kind of want to do this all the time anyway. There's some people who start you out without doing this, but you really should do this every time. Go mod init, github.com, rwx rob. I mean, even if you don't think you're going to need it, just make a repo for it. It's just easier to start that way and manage your source code, even if it's a small project this way. Just get in the habit of making GitHub repos for stuff, or GitLab, whatever you get. But if you do GitLab, though, you can't use the GH tool like I did from the command line. You got to do something else. You got to make your own API script, which I did. So, and then what? Twitch-go. So that creates us a go.mod file. And we need to actually make our first file. I call it lib.go. It could be, some people will call it twitch.go. If it's a command, it's main.go. If it's a library, I call it lib.go as a convention for myself. So package Twitch, and we're gonna put a bunch of things in here eventually. So let's define an interface. Let's actually just start with a struct. We'll start with a private struct for the client. I'm mixing up my C code and so I don't know if we need the Twitch.client to be a struct or an interface at this point. That's going to be hard to say. Private equals lowercase, I know. I'm contemplating whether to make it lowercase or uppercase. This book I recently read said to use pass interfaces and return structs. So we're going to consider that. But I mean, we just need something basic for right now. Doesn't matter. And so this is the minimum you need. So let's go ahead and add all this stuff. So we're going to add this. This music has to change. All right. All right. So here we go. We've got, what's my status? Let's get status. So I have new stuff here. I need to commit that. So let's go ahead and commit. And those are all Git commands, by the way. They just have alias. They're not aliases. They're subcommand aliases. You don't want to use aliases. Aliases don't work with VI Magic, so don't use them. I made a video about that. If you want to see that video, vids aliases, that'll show you the video about why you shouldn't use aliases. And it's not a popular opinion, but I'm telling you, just watch it, you'll see. So add initial files, no punctuation. So we'll go ahead and do that. And now I can, I guess I could branch this again to main and branches. I have a thing that blocks me from I have a thing that blocks me from applying the main. It's in, so here, watch, I'll show you. If I'll do another video on this. I think I actually already did. So I have a block that keeps me from committing to main because it's such a bad practice. So if I were to try to git push this, it will swear at me. Yeah. It's probably going to swear at me. Nope, didn't swear at me. You know why? Oh, I got around it. Yay. Okay. because like, watch, if you try to commit to main, it just swears at me and says, don't do that. So that's why I did that. But you should do it anyway. Normally the way to do that would have been a merge. So now I have to git branch-ls. Yeah, but I don't like that, using GitHub for that dependency personally. That's my take on it. So I'm going to delete the initial branch because I don't need it anymore. And status, you'll see we're all caught up to date. We don't have any tagging or anything going on yet. Yeah, it would. It would have prevented that cheating right there. Yeah. Actually, the reason I don't want it is sometimes I want to delete. Sometimes I delete the hook. So here's the pre-commit hook if you want it. By the way, committing to main is a big no-no, and we only have 16 minutes, but it's a good topic to talk about. So here's how you stop it from happening. By the way, if you do git, you can do git hooks pre-commit. If you put that in your, if you put this in your default template, which is, how's it going? We're in the middle of a sort of a video here, but we're going for another 15 minutes. Git templates, right? So if you put in your git templates a hooks file, see this? See where it is? This is in my dot files and git templates hooks pre-commit. Then every repo you make has it. And you saw what it does, right? It says you can't commit to branch, to that branch. And if you have that, then it won't let you. But sometimes I want to delete it because I'm like, this isn't that big a deal. But most of the time I don't want it to show that. So I have a command called, if you want that git commit hook, by the way, let me see if I can get you a copy. But my dot files are, here's my dot files if you want to go through them and see all this stuff so you can follow it. If you don't want the git, I mean, we're fine with the git commit hook, but for the most part, we're done. We've got our compile done. We can go test and see what's up. There's no tests. We could go install. I always do go install. So, there's another thing to set up in your environment. Okay. So, make sure you have I personally like to, I have a setup script. So my bash RC, I know it's a little slower to start up, but I like it because of the modularity. I could have just, catted this all together, but this makes it nice. So if you look at what I set up for the Go in my, it's also a way to test your changes. So this is in my dot files. If I do, if I go to shell.d and I go to the Go stuff, golang.sh, this is the stuff that you definitely want. All right. So I like having a very precise Go bin directory. And once you have this, you can just do go install, and it will put it where it needs to go. You could have just done go path, and then it would have covered go bin. So if you do go path, go bin is implied. So that's kind of redundant. Actually, I could probably remove that, but I'm going to leave it there anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to put it there. That's nice and pretty. So, but this is important too. So this says go use private stuff here. Manually have to mention dot files. Whenever you need to use dot files, manually have to mention dot files. I don't know what that means. If you change the dot files, you can just run it. If you want to test it, I can do like that, or source, same thing, right? And that tests it. By the way, source is a bash only thing. Dot is POSIX. So this is what you need. This is in my dot files. You can go find it. Here's a copy for you if you want, though. If you want to add that to your own bash RC, however you want to do your own bash RC. But this is what gives you the stuff and where to put it. I'm using the Open Desktop standard to put .local stuff into .local. It probably should be .local share, but that's usually for other kinds of stuff. .local bin is another thing, but those are all part of the Open Desktop standard. So it's not good to have stuff in your desktop environment these days. So I don't do that. That's why it's there. And I think that's it. So let's go back to, there's another project that does the same thing. Let's see. Let's go ahead and write this. File exists, overwrite. Yes, I'm going to overwrite it. Okay. VI lib should be good to go. Uh-oh. Where am I? Twitch.go. Yep. So, oops, I got rid of it on accident. Sorry guys, I'm spazzing out. So let's just do git checkout on that file that I just killed there. And now we have the one that we started up with, which is a nice safety net. So you have multiple levels of safety net when you're using Git this way. It's another video to talk about Git, but you can always check out stuff, which is why you should be committing pretty frequently and keeping the commits regular, like good for what's there. You might be asking, well, how do you test this? So I always immediately create a test. And this is how I run all the stuff from the test. And I tend to use stuff that doesn't match. And so to do a test, you just do test, and then you follow it by the name. So I could do test client, and then it's always t testing.t. And then we're going to, a lot of times just to get it to run, I'll t-log a call to the thing. So I'll say, I don't know, we could say client equals a new client, and then t-log the C. And then when I do go test, as a thing for VS Code without all the bull. Yeah, it is. It's okay. If you're going to use VS Code, I don't use it. So that passed the test. And if you do go test -v, it will print out your output. You see there's nothing in there, right? So if I wanted to change that, I could go here. We're almost done with this video. So client, we could say, God, I don't know, user ID. How about this user? You're supposed to use mixed case in Go, but I hate it. So I sometimes do this, but you can't do that unless you have control of your own project because it's not the standard. The standard for Go is mixed case. So, you know, whatever. Make that a string. And I mean, we're kind of just riffing here at this point. Wait, where's my test? Snake case too. I know. I don't. They're all bad. I like the dash. What is it? Kebab case. What has a dash in the middle. All right. So now what? Now we have a new client, and we could do C dot. Actually, let's just do that one. Oh, I'm losing my background. What the heck? I'm losing my background. Can't lose my background. I got to see the earth. Yeah, I don't know. I tell you the truth, I usually name my stuff so small that I don't have to camel case things. Yeah, I know. It doesn't work anywhere. So anyway, so let's do our go test dash V again. Some people ask me why I don't do this from a separate window. I often do. I'm just doing this for the sake of this. A lot of times I'll put the test case over here and I'll do got, which just GOTT is it's just this. It clears the screen, and then if it detects a change, it runs GOT. And GOT, you have to know my whole infrastructure. Again, it's in my dot files. If you want my dot files, you can go get all this. But GOT is just clear go test, right? And then it passes on its arguments. So when I do got like that, a dash V, that runs this anytime there's a change to any file. So I can do this, and I can say C dot, what is it? User, is it login? Equals something. There we go, something. So, I mean, and then what we can do like a JSON version of it. So let's do that. I always do that. I got 7 minutes left. So another standard thing I do when I initialize a thing is I almost always create a function for it. So let's create a function for this. This is a method. It's how you do methods. And actually it can't be a pointer in this case. I'm implementing the stringer interface, which returns a string. And so, because this is ugly over here, that's really ugly, right? So you can implement this as JSON. Yeah. So here we go. So this is what you can do. You can do string error equals JSON.Marshall indent byte. Actually, we need to make a byte. A byte equals a byte a byte string. Actually, yeah, I think I'm doing this wrong, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna do 2 spaces there, 2 spaces there, and actually we're just checking for the error. We're gonna chuck away the error though. So if there's an error, return an empty string. So if error is not equal nil, 5 minutes, return empty string, or you can put an error in there or whatever. Just use the formatter. No way, not for this. Because I want it to work for anything. This little hack will work for anything. I have a snippet for this somewhere, but so string byte. All right, so then there we go. Mismatched variables. JSON returns 2 variables. Marshall indent. I can't remember. I have to look it up probably. We'll see. S. Oh, it did it enter. We could do this. temporarily. Print error. You should never panic in anything in a library ever. Actual data. Oh, you're right. Absolutely right. Marshall indent. I think I'm doing it backwards. Yep, I'm doing it backwards. This is bytes. Yeah, I can't. I'm just doing it for memory. So, yeah. Actually, you can look that up if you hang over it. See right here? It'll actually tell you what it is. Marshall indent byte error. Marshall indent. I don't remember. Turns a byte in the air. Yeah. I don't remember. I have to go look it up. It's fine. It's a for error. Oh, it's doing it. It's just empty. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's doing it. It's doing I don't know. Interface prefix indent, Marshall indent. Let's go ahead and get it set it to something in the test. I thought we set it to something already. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go look at my other one. That's what I get for doing things live. So string client. It's not. I think it's running it though. Println. I've done this so many times, but now I just have to go look it up. It's because of my job. I don't code Go every day. Return string byte. I don't think this is actually it. Client. I think this is it, but it doesn't seem to be populating. So why isn't it populating? Oh, you're right. Mind's eye. Good catch. Good catch. So if I have to tag this if I'm going to do it this way. This is one of the reasons I don't like non-public fields, by the way. So can I just say, I use public fields for everything. So I do. There we go. So there's the thing, the way it's supposed to be. Good catch, mind's eye. So if you don't want it to be that way, if you want to have it be internal, you can, but then you have to expose it. I think you have to use JSON. It's backtick tags, and you have to have JSON, and then what? Was it name colon user? I don't even think it's going to do it because it's still private, right? Yep. Yeah, I don't think it's going to, I think because it's private, I don't think it's even going to do it. Yeah, it doesn't. It won't export it. Nope. You can do that to force it into a lowercase field. So like, this is something that some people do. Sometimes they'll do this because they want to have a cleaner field, but I don't know, man. They're like that. Yeah. So there we go. So name user login. Whoops. Let's get rid of the name colon. I guess I didn't need that. Oh, another thing, if you do this, you probably want, what is it? Omit empty. I think that's it. That's like if it's not set, it won't print it out. If you don't have that, if you get rid of this, it'll put it anyway. See that? It's not doing it. So we need omit empty in here, but I don't remember where it goes. I think it might be here. Omit. Yeah, I don't remember. Is it inside? Well, this is why I'm making all the mistakes you're going to make, like Mr. Rogers. There you go. Omit empty is all good. So that's good for this video. That's how you get started on a project for Go using the GitHub command line tool. This is a more modern video than the video I previously did on getting started with Go, right? You can look up all those videos here. Start with Go. We'll show you the other one, but I'll be posting this video today sometime. Thank you. Bye. Go. No. All right. So we have a clip there.